Our frank talk with Geoff Makhubo continues. Let's go to social media and see what's happening there. Carmen, what do you have on social media there?
Plenty of questions as always, JJ. Let's first take a look at Facebook. A couple of questions coming through this evening from Apani here, asking what his plans to take Joburg forward, how many jobs will he create, asking how does he feel about high unemployment rate in Johannesburg, why the sewages in Tembisa are always blocked and the feces are all over the streets and we can't walk freely. Also asking about expropriation of land without compensation, and saying lastly, how does he feel about Eskom and SAA. Jackson here saying, asking, did he steal the 30 million rand as claimed by the DA? And then let's take a look at Twitter saying, Isaac here, ask him why he didn't decline the nomination as he hasn't cleared his name yet. And then Anonymous saying, please ask Mr. Geoff why all their projects in the inner city are subcontracted by ANC members, particularly the branch chair and secretary. So as I said, JJ, a couple of questions coming through. For now, it's over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Carmen. Let's just delve straight into the first question there about jobs. And you've just mentioned that the Mashawa cancelled something called Josie at Work. He believes that it was an ANC thing, that people who, he made a specific allegation that you needed to have an ANC card-carrying member to be an ANC card-carrying member to get an opportunity in Josie at Work. It's linked to what another caller or rather Twitterer there asked about, whether or not, is it jobs for ANC people only? And so just clarify this thing because it keeps coming up a lot, particularly when it comes to Josie at Work.
It's not true that Josie at Work was designed for ANC people or benefited ANC members only. The process of selection of companies and cooperatives was a very transparent one. There were things, forums called regional forums, people used to come. So it was an open, transparent process in the regions. So the closer you are to where the service is needed, the better the chance you used to get. So if you went into the records and checked how Josie at Work Josie at Work interviews were conducted and how the cooperatives were chosen, you wouldn't have said what he said. But we knew that you needed a reason to justify.
Yeah.
There is no, we work for communities. This thing that subcontracts go to the ANC.
Yeah.
It's something that we need to look at because it's a perception out there that we need to deal with.
Yeah.
If somebody can ask such a question, then it's something that we have to focus on.
But you're not hearing this for the first time, honestly.
Well, in the townships, people say you guys are la shebelana fela, and we always tell our councillors and branches, projects that come to the community are for the community.
Yeah.
And they're not ANC projects, they are government projects.
Yeah.
So all people must work and must have a chance. I can tell you our councillors these days, or they've been doing this for a while, maybe it's a fudua. So you bring all your IDs, they put them in a box.
Yeah.
Let's say they want the CLO, and then they call an elder to come in and draw one ID. Whoever is drawn is lucky.
Yeah.
And then it gets to work. So there is no bias.
You agree with me, there is a big perception about corruption in that if ANC is in power, like DA is in power, they'll give DA members, and in this case ANC members, contracts. I mean, is it something that worries you at all, that you have put in place systems to try and deal with it even when you are in power?
It's something that we worried about. It's something that we are still worried about. It's something that we need to find mechanisms of getting communities to believe that they themselves have got something at stake in a project and work that comes to the community.
Yeah.
I think over time, people have believed that if you're not ANC, you won't get work. At some point, we did say if 80% of a ward supports the ANC, there are 1 in 80, there are 80% chances in a Fudua that you get an ANC member out.
Yeah.
So the perception of the 20% would be that, but it's only the ANC. But remember, it's an 80% chance of
so essentially, we are saying if there are many ANC members, then the chances are that there are many ANC members who may get contracts.
That's how we rationalize that. Maybe that's the Fudua process changes that out. So if you go to a DA-led ward,
but the reality is the population vis-a-vis people who are actually members of the ANC is day and night. You've got only a million members out of 52 million. So the majority of people who should be getting contracts won't be the million, isn't it? I mean, if you were to look at it squarely in terms of opportunity, the opportunities are not for people who are members; they are for citizens, and there are more citizens who are not members of the ANC vis-a-vis. So you see where the perception may come from, that it looks like it's a targeted thing of ANC members benefiting.
Yes, but I'm talking about support generally. You know, there are people in the township who wear the ANC duke, but they're not even a member of the ANC.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be the last to complain if they get something, you know.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that we need to find a mechanism, JJ, that gets communities to still believe that a project or contract that comes to their ward is not for the ANC members. It's for everyone, and so that everyone can then believe that they have a chance of working.
All right. While still on that question, quickly, what is your view on SA and ESCOM? Just give me your view. I mean, you've been following the developments.
ESCOM is
just curious about what you think.
ESCOM is too important to fail.
Okay.
SAA, the national government must find a sustainable solution. If it includes equity partner, that's my view now. It must do so. We can't allow a service that benefits a fraction of the population.
Did the NC take a stance on the appointment of a white CEO of ESCOM, when in fact ESCOM as BE credentials are in such tatters? I mean, ESCOM is level 7. I mean, it's bad, even for a parastatal to have such a terrible BE score.
We haven't discussed it at the ANC. But if you ask my own personal views, the jobs in South Africa are for South Africans.
All of South Africa. Doesn't matter.
South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
Yeah. Don't you think that's why corporates are not bothering to change? Because we've not made it a serious thing to say you got to appoint African leadership.
I suppose the policies we try to have, BE, the fights by BMF, the fights by all other black BBC and all that, have not yielded fruit. But there's been a big push from the mid-90s to now the late 2000.
But right now it looks like it's more relaxed now.
It's wobbly now.
Companies are not.
Yes, it's wobbly now. Companies are relaxed. I think they're on the retreat. But if you look at what happened in the mid-90s. But
all I'm saying is that maybe they're relaxed because they see where you have power, like in SOEs. You also are relaxed as the ruling party.
I know with our resolutions, we want to be more radical. But it looks like the radicalism is not getting through. But we need more punchy and radical policies. I think that if we've gone back a bit, the ANC government needs to up its game.
I'm glad you're quite frank about that. Now let's talk about this 30 million. One of the people asking there, what is the story with the 30 million rand that your company received with the tender that came out of the city when you had influence over it? Let's
clarify that. You know, the way that article was written in December last year.
Yeah, by the Daily Maverick.
By Mama Bungan.
Mama Bungan.
We responded to the article. There's a response to the article that clarifies the issues.
Just summarize it for us.
There is no 30 million rands that was given to Mulolani Consulting that we owned.
Yeah.
We got into a business partnership when Regiments was formed in 2004-2005.
Yeah.
That time I was a full-time businessman, CEO of Mulolani Consulting.
Yes.
So in 2005 there was an RFP in the city.
Yeah.
To set up a debt redemption fund.
Okay.
So there were options of a debt redemption fund. Whether there are different options, whether it's an endowment, like you own the endowment, or what is now. So we came together to formulate a response. With Regiments, because of what was needed at that time, and my company was quite small. We opted for a subcontracting agreement with Regiments.
With Regiments, yes.
So there was an award. It was awarded in 2005. The contract to set up was started in January 2006.
Yeah.
It went on till it's a 5-year contract. Went on till 2010. I went into the city 2011.
Okay.
So there was an extension into 2011.
Okay.
So a new tender was issued in.
There was an extension when you are not there, or when
I was not there.
Okay.
When I was not there. So the extension happened before I got in.
Okay.
I got into the city June 2016.
Okay.
June 2011.
Yeah.
At that time, then there was a new process
Okay.
The old process was cancelled.
All right.
That started in 2010 for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
And then there was an extension. But when the new process started, I did not go with regiments. I did not go into the second tender with regiments.
You went by yourself?
No. They went. I decided to do something else.
Or you detached from that process?
Yes, I detached from that process.
So you can say without equivocation that you did not benefit from that contract when you were in charge, when you were in the...
Well, I remember I resigned. I'm not allowed as a full-time councillor to
have business.
To have another full-time job.
Yeah.
So one of my agreements with the ANC was that when they hired me, I told them, look, this is who I am.
Yeah.
They know who I am. This is who I am. This is what I have.
Yeah.
I have 20 staff. I have a lease that ends whenever, 20. But I'm detaching from this. I'll start unwinding the business, selling contracts, doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Now, if you've been in business, you'll know that that will take a bit of time.
Yes.
And my view was that if this contract ends, when they issue the second one, then the conflict goes anyway. And then things happened in the city. But I was detached from Molweni at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because I need a clear answer. So you were detached from your own company in 2011?
In 2011, I detached from the full-time nature.
Yeah.
I started the process of unwinding.
But you're still a shareholder?
Yes, I was still a shareholder.
Yeah.
I started the process of unwinding.
Yeah.
Because remember, you have to be appointed first. You can't unwind.
Yeah. So 2012, 13, 14, those years, there's no money that accrued to you from that contract?
Not me personally, no. The people who are left there, the people who are left at Molweni.
But it's still your company. You're still a director.
All I can say is that I did not earn a cent from that. Not even that was not the only contract. We had multiple contracts.
No, this particular one of the city.
No.
No, you didn't earn.
No.
All right. So, what is going to be your approach in terms of corruption in the city, especially given the 6,000 cases that Mashaba says are there? He even appointed a special investigator there. I think it's Sibia's, General Sibia. Just to focus on corruption and so on. First of all, do you believe that there is credence in these cases that are, as counsel, I'm sure you have been briefed, so it's not something that will be coming as news, right? What are you going to do about those cases?
We are going to fight corruption like we did. The only difference between us and Mashaba is that we did not go to the media even when a red passes that, look, I've seen a red passing, We did things quietly, we worked, we crafted. This unit that he's talking about existed.
Okay.
Existed under what do you call a GRAS, Group Risk and Assurance Services.
Yeah.
We had forensic services, it was a group. So what he did, he just took it out of there and made it a standalone with a fanfare that I'm employing a general.
Yeah.
So it's not something new that he... so there were cases,
it was
there were
still
fights.
there.
It was there, it was working.
But did the cases result in anybody being arrested?
Yeah. The people were fired. The way we were working.
Yeah.
When Musi Maimani was here, we would consult with him. When Vasto Karagama, the now speaker, was the leader of after Musi left, I would tell him, hey, there's a hot case in City Power. Here's a report in confidence.
Yes.
But we would give out reports.
Yeah.
No. So here they say 6,000 cases. I sit in the municipal public accounts committee. That MPEC.
You've never seen this 6,000.
We have been asking. They are there.
Yeah.
We have been asking. Can you give us the makeup of this 44 billion?
Yeah.
Up to today.
You've not received it.
The reports they send and we receive are not there. So what they give us? They give us fruitless, irregular expenditure.
Yeah.
Lots of it. And then when you look at the status, closed. Why? Because city received.
I have to take a break. I want you to continue a little bit on that in terms of, therefore, what do you think must be done, right, to ensure that corruption is lessened in the city so that money can be released? And then secondly, there's an issue linked to buildings. This case I think they found 600 buildings. I mean, it's an extraordinary situation. How did we get to that point? You are in charge of finances of the city. But I want you to just explain to me what on earth was going on there. Let's take a break. And after the break, we continue and round off our conversation, our frank talk tonight with Geoff Makhubo. Stay tuned.